forget to take care of ourselves first. And in that, I think we start to burn out a little bit. And with burnout, we can become exhausted. We can get into what in positive psychology we call like a negative downward spiral. We can get extremely tired.
Back, dear listeners, to another episode of In My Kitchen with Yvonne, where we celebrate the power of education and its impact on well-being. Today we have a truly dynamic and inspiring guest with us. Phil is a high-energy chemistry and physics teacher, a professional speaker, and someone on a mission to create happiness through education, motivation, and entertainment. Steve has also got something exciting coming up that we will be sharing specially for our listeners today. So do stay tuned until the end to hear all about it. So, welcome, Phil. Tell us a little bit about you, Phil. Give us a tease, if you like.
Thank you, Yvonne. It's great to be here. Proud to be here and excited to be here. Yeah, my name is Phil Januszewski. I come all the way from just about southwest of Chicago, Illinois. So glad to be talking to a friend from so far away. And just like to say that I've been a teacher now for 19 school years. I teach chemistry and physics by day. And by night, I'm a motivational speaker with one of my best buds. We go around the country talking to youth about building self-confidence. And also, as of late, I've been working on a new project that's been tugging at my heartstrings. It's called the Positive Growth Lounge, that I'm excited to create a group of positive teachers, educators, networkers that are looking to bind together, take better care of themselves so that we can then pour more into our students. So grateful to be here, Yvonne, and ready to rock with those questions and see what we got on the docket today.
It's fantastic to have you on the show, Phil. So let's dive right in and learn more about your incredible journey in education. Can you tell us what inspired you to become an educator, especially in the fields of chemistry and physics?
Absolutely. So, I grew up, I love to cook, believe it or not. And the majority of my life, I thought I was going to go to culinary school and become a classically trained chef. My whole family loves to cook and that, so it was a really normal pathway for me. Luckily, I had a lot of guidance growing up, and my family, my parents, my guidance counselor in school said, hey, if you want to cook, you better start cooking in restaurants, get jobs. So at 15, I started working in restaurants, cooking. By the time I was 17, Yvonne, I realized that, though I loved to cook at home, it was not a career for me. So I was very lucky that I had a great chemistry teacher my junior year of high school. I was about 17 years old. Went up to him and told him, hey, I think I'm in trouble. Everything I thought I wanted to do in my future, thought I wanted to go to culinary school. I don't think I want to do that anymore. And I really don't know what my next step is. I really don't know where to go. Lucky for me, Mr. B was his name. Mr. B knew me well and brought up the idea, hey, you seem to love high school. You seem to like being here every day. And I said, absolutely. I really do enjoy being here. He says, you seem to like science a lot. This seems to be a natural fit for you. And I said, yeah, I've never really thought about it, but I do really like my science classes. And he says, maybe that's it. Maybe you should be a teacher. Maybe you should be in high school the rest of your life and help others learn. And it was like a light switch, Yvonne. I thought, yes, absolutely. That's what I'm meant to do. This makes so much sense. So right away, I went to my guidance counselor and said, what classes do I need to take next year, my senior year, to get prepped so that I can be a teacher? And it goes from there, Yvonne. Went to school, got education or high school, and I started at 22 years old in the classroom, and now I'm 40, and this is my 19th school year. So as they say, the rest is history. I've been enjoying it. It's definitely a challenging field. And with that, I meet a lot of great humans every day. So I'm really lucky to be in the profession.
So, and you were very lucky to have had Mr. B, to help guide you onto that path as well. And I you know what, Phil? I love hearing from a teacher who enjoys what they do, and like you said, meeting lovely people every day, those young people that you can impart knowledge to. So that's really wonderful. And it's clear that your enthusiasm is infectious. So I would like to talk about your mission, because you're in a quest to empower educators to overcome burnout and work towards a more flourishing life. Can you share with us what inspires you on this mission and why it's so important to you?
Yeah, thank you for asking. I think that a lot of teachers give a lot of themselves and they pour out into their students, and I think that's completely natural. But sometimes I think we pour out so much that we forget to take care of ourselves first. And in that, I think we start to burn out a little bit. And with burnout, we can become exhausted. We can get into what in positive psychology we call like a negative downward spiral. We can get extremely tired and overwhelmed and less resilient. So it's been tugging on my heart to think of, is there a way that we can come together as a group twice a month virtually, meet other great positive educators, and each meeting just have a theme of something that we can take away to try to make ourselves a little bit stronger, a little bit more resilient, a little bit more happy, a little more like we're flourishing more. So that's why I've been working on this group called the Positive Growth Lounge. And what we'll do is we'll meet twice a month virtually in the evenings and just get together, and I'll have a different theme we'll talk about, usually related to positive psychology. We'll have time like this to just grow and chat together, support each other, and from there, leaving energized each time we meet, but hopefully also building new connections and friendships with other positive people so that we can lean on each other more, and from there, hopefully flourish more, hopefully be much happier, and from that, we can pour even more into our students so we can make a greater impact. So it starts with us, the foundation, but the goal is to then be able to pour even more so into our students. So the happier we are, I think the happier our classes are, and the more impact we can make.
Oh, wow. That's a really powerful mission. Phil, speaking of motivation, I know you incorporate motivation and entertainment into your teaching style. Can you share some tips on how you keep your students engaged and excited about learning?
Thank you. Yes, I think that bringing energy and passion to any job, and when it looks like you're enjoying it and people know that, I think they're more inclined to buy in or pay attention. So all teachers know that it's harder and harder to keep the attention of our students, but I do like to give it my all and give it my best. And I think with being positive, enthusiastic, excited when I see them coming in and they feel welcome and a part of this family that we have every 48 minutes are my class periods. I think that if they feel that immediately and there's a good energy there, I think they're more likely to buy into the class. I think they're more likely to connect with me. And from there, I think they're more willing to go on a journey of learning together. So I think human connection, friendly, positive energy, and me giving a lot of my energy is very important. I also like to think that I'm not just a science teacher of chemistry or physics, but that I'm an unofficial life coach. So I like to talk to them about life and our positive mindset and taking care of ourselves and trying to reinforce and encourage good habits I see in other students and point it out and lift them up. So when we are in the classroom, even though we are always focused on our science portion, whatever it is we're supposed to be covering, I do like to sneak in there a lot of positive psychology, life lessons, reiterating and reinforcing good habits that I think not only suit them well now at their age of 14 to 18 years old, but also those skills that they can reinforce and use later in life that will serve them well throughout their adulthood. So I think we're all guides as teachers. So I think that's an important part of our job and one of my favorite parts actually of my job.
Oh, wow. I love that approach, Phil. As you know, I used to be a teacher and I totally agree with you. It's those moments where you connect on a human level with your students that you really do get a chance to be a teacher. Sometimes in the classroom, we can be all things but being the teacher, the person who is guiding them. in this journey called life, beyond, as you so rightly say, the subject that is in front of us. So it's, your students are so lucky to have you, because you're clearly, for you it's a heart thing, it's mission led. So it's beautiful to watch that. Now though, you're also a professional speaker. So we've got to talk about this. You've been spreading happiness and motivation for over a decade. Is that correct? Did I get that right?
That's correct, yeah.
Oh, fun. So how did you get into this exciting part of your work? And can you share a memorable moment from one of your speaking engagements that has had a profound impact, maybe on yourself or on the people who are in the audience?
Yeah, thank you for asking, and thank you for that compliment. So yes, for the last 10 years, I've been a motivational speaker with my best friend. His name is Matt. We run a company called M&P Presentations. And Yvonne, it was an accident how it started. Myself and my friend Matt are both working in the school system, and we were helping with a leadership conference. And they had a 3-day conference event, and we were working together on planning. And they said, you know what? We have a whole 60-minute hour time slot, and we have no one speaking, and we don't have any more money in the budget. We're not really sure what to do. Does anyone have any ideas or anything to say? And at the same time, myself and my friend Matt, who I barely knew at the time, we raised our hands and we said, maybe we could do something. And they said, oh, perfect. You two just work together, figure it out, make sure it's positive or not anything strange, and we should be good. So we met, got together, started talking about our lives, and that they were different. We had very similar foundations on what we felt allowed us to be happy in our life. And we got down to the message of that we're just ordinary guys, but we absolutely love our lives and feel it's extraordinary in the ordinary every day. So that became our message, and we started digging into why we felt that way. And it turned into a focus on self-confidence. And we feel like when we're comfortable with ourselves, we're able to open up to the world, give our true, authentic selves to the world, and create better opportunities from it. So we presented, had a great time, and thought, wow, that went so well. We had so much fun. We should reach out to other schools and just let them know that we did this. And slowly but surely, over 10 years, Yvonne, now we've been able to jump on planes, fly across the nation, do all school, couple thousand people assemblies. We've done small intimate groups, and we've been everywhere from like the state of Tennessee out to New York and New Jersey. So we've been everywhere, all across the country, and spreading good energy. And it's a really rewarding experience. I love giving to an audience. I love pouring myself out to them. And hopefully when they leave, they feel super enlightened. And to answer your question further, Yvonne, I know you said, is there anything that sticks out? It's really hard to pinpoint one specific moment, but I must say that when you are able to get up on a stage, when you're able to give your all, pour into your audience, and you leave them, they're laughing, they're energized, they're smiling, they feel so good. And after you're done talking, a few come up to you and just say, hey, thanks. I really needed to hear that. And I really want to change my mindset, and I want to get more experiences and grow in my confidence. And I really needed that extra push. So thank you. I think it's little moments like that, those human connections where you talk to an adult or a young adult and hear that really makes it rewarding and fulfilling, so that it isn't just the selfish thing, which truly we're honest about it. We selfishly love presenting, but also that we feel like we're giving back to the world in a way that's making people happier and more confident. So we've had a lot of those moments where people have messaged us or come up to us and just say, hey, it was super impactful and something I needed, and I'm going to apply that to my life. So I think it's really an incredible opportunity that I know not a lot of people get, so we try not to take it for granted. I absolutely love being a professional speaker.
Oh, wow. That's incredible, Phil. I love how your energy, your passion resonates with people. I mean, I've been following you, as you know, for a little while online, and your messages are constantly just full of energy, and so and you're clearly quite passionate about it as well. would be fantastic to have you over the pond one day. So that's something we can talk about.
Love that.
Yeah. So before we wrap up, though, and I know we're having so much fun, I want to find out so much more, but we've got to keep this for another time. Hopefully, you're going to come back again. I'd like us to go to know the playful side of Phil.
Okay.
So, are you ready for some rapid fire get to know you questions?
I think so. I hope so. Let's do it.
Okay. Like you said, you love cooking. So, what's your favorite dessert to bake?
Oh, my favorite dessert is probably making apple pie.
Oh, nice, nice. Okay, excellent choice. If you had dinner with any historical figure, who would it be and why? And what would you ask him or her?
Wow. This is funny because I don't know if everyone would call this completely historical, but I'm a huge music lover, Yvonne, and I would love to have dinner with the famous American guitarist Jimi Hendrix, who unfortunately passed away at a young age. And I don't know if we would talk much, but I would be selfish and ask him if he could play a little something at the dinner table to hear. But he was one of my favorite guitarists. I think that would be amazing to experience, to meet someone so talented and just so out of the box compared to most people.
That's a really good choice. Very, very fascinating. So, lastly, what's one adventure on your bucket list?
Yeah, right now, one of the ventures that I'm trying to do this year before the end of the year is go bungee jumping. So I'm ready to tie my feet up and jump off that cliff and see how it goes.
Okay. Make sure you take some good videos. Yeah. Fantastic. So before we go then, Phil, at the start of this recording, you talked about, meeting with teachers over the evenings at the Positive Growth Lounge. So let's go a little bit into that. What's the offer? When does it start? Who is it for? Is it for specific educators in a specific field, a specific area, a specific geography? Tell us a little bit more.
Oh, thank you, Yvonne, for asking. So yeah, the Positive Growth Lounge is going to be for anyone involved with pouring into students. So the bucket, big name for it, I'm just calling it, is educators. But we know that a lot of people help young adults in a lot of different capacities and ways. And because of that, we're pouring into our students, and that can be tiring or easier for those people who work with that crew to end up at burnout. So the Positive Growth Lounge is for anyone pouring into students. We meet twice a month on Wednesday nights. In the United States, that's Central Time Zone or Chicago Time Zone from 7:30 to 8:30. So I know, Yvonne, we were talking, that's a wee bit in the middle of the night for you. So it would be a late night or early morning. But the way it'll work is I have actually a first trial meeting just for people to try it out. I know I'm a lot. I got a weird haircut and a lot of energy. So not everybody's probably sure if they feel comfortable in the group. So on Wednesday, September 27th, I'm having a free Positive Growth Lounge meetup where anyone who's interested can just get a hold of me through my website, positivegrowthlounge.com. They sign up in the email, they'll get the information, and they can come check out a meeting. It'll be me. Every 2 weeks or so, we'll meet. I'll have a different topic on personal wellness, self-care, happiness, flourishing. We'll do a little talk. We'll break out. We'll meet different educators, come back, share what we've learned. It's really just becoming a family. And I think the people you choose to surround yourself with have a profound impact on your energy, your outlook on life. And Yvonne, I know you were an educator. You know, there are some amazing days, and then there's also some crazy days out there. And I think we want to be there for each other, to focus on us and ourselves so that we can bring our best every day to celebrate those amazing days, but also push through those crazy days that were unexpected. So I'm overwhelmingly excited. This is coming from a place of love and passion and purpose. I just want to create a safe, happy space for teachers and educators that can come together, lean on each other, and focus on the good things, the things that is going to allow us to be better at our craft and better at living life. I want people to be happier. So thank you so much for asking about that. And if anyone's interested, they can get a hold of me easily, just positivegrowthlounge.com. Happy to email me and I can get them further info on how they can get involved. Once that free meeting is over, September, October officially rolls out the official membership. And for the year 2023, anyone who's one of our founding members, our founding family members, it'll just be $15 a month to be part of the membership. And that way we lock in and we start growing our community together. So really excited.
Yeah, you know what, Phil, you are so right. I think one of the things when I was teaching, I always used to want was somewhere where you can just go and refresh. Because you're right, in what we do as educators, we carry a lot of emotion and emotional support for all the children that we constantly meet on a day-to-day basis, because they are people and they have things going. So, and I think that this is one thing as educators we probably don't realize quite as much when we're going through the training. So in the UK, when I was learning to become a teacher, I did what we call the postgraduate certificate in education. I don't know the qualification in America, but you have different qualifications here. You can go to uni, do an undergrad, or do a master's. There's various ways to get into teaching. But none of that training actually prepares you for the emotional side of teaching, if that makes sense. And I don't think personal, when I was teaching, we used to call them personal development, PD days. I don't think they quite focus on such elements, of you as a human being, you as Phil or Yvonne, and the impact that teaching is having on you as a person. And I know a lot of teachers, and this is something that we've discussed, end up burnt out. One of the big things that we're doing, with our work is ensuring teachers do not have to burn out. It is not a given that you must work evenings and weekends, for example, and such things are taken for granted. So thank you so much for such a generous offer to offer this space where educators can just come together and can pour into each other, or even just have somewhere where, like you say, you had a day where you've crashed and burned, and it's fine, we all do. And it's nice to hear that from other educators, isn't it? It's like you are not alone. And you know what, it is beautiful, and it's an absolute delight to have you on the show today. And you know what, listeners, just remember September the 27th at 7:30 to 8 o'clock. Is it Eastern time? Did I get that right, Phil?
Central, close though. You're Central. Right. Central Chicago time. Central time, and you are absolutely right as well that it is early. But I will, I am planning to see, can I burn the midnight oil? Can I maybe join as well? But we'll see how it goes. One of the things at the minute we're having, one of the conversations we're having with my other half is we're talking, okay, you need to go to bed early because I've been staying up quite late. But you never know, we can navigate these things. Yeah, so brilliant. Thank you so much, Phil. My pleasure. I really appreciate you having me on and for allowing me the space to share a little bit of my story and passions. I believe in what you're doing, Yvonne, and keep it up. It's a good thing to share people's stories. And like you said, for people to know that there's people out there, we're not alone, and that we all have our different passions and gifts to give to the world. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and beautiful to have you here. So, dear listeners, before we wrap up, we just want to leave you with those absolute words that have come from Phil, where it is important to have a community. It's important to know that you are not alone. And you know what? It's lovely to have such passion and such fire brought to our show today. So if you're ready to transform your teaching journey, we do have an incredible offer for you as well. We are offering personalized coaching and cutting edge tools designed for you as an educator that will help in making your education life fulfilling, effective, and joyful. And we're introducing our customized AI guide toolkit that is tailored to your unique teaching persona. It's a secret weapon for enhancing your productivity and managing time efficiently and reducing stress. We're also offering you this incredible offer from Phil and the Positive Growth Lounge membership. So join Phil on a journey to create happiness through education. His dynamic approach and motivational insights will empower you to overcome burnout, infuse joy in your teaching, and inspire your students to thrive. So if you're ready to elevate your teaching game, get started. Join today, join the Positive Growth Lounge membership. So don't miss out on our next episode. We have an exciting guest coming up. We will be revealing them within the next week, and we're so excited that you are joining and you're joining us here today. Thank you so much, listeners, and thank you for tuning into my kitchen with Yvonne. Remember, education is not just about knowledge, it's also about well-being and happiness. Stay inspired, stay positive. Until next time, keep thriving, and remember to show you some TLC today.